Coach, if you could, take us back to Saturday against the nationally ranked Bruins of UCLA.
Do I have to?
It's a good.
So we left out Thursday and had an opportunity to get to LA and Pasadena, a day early. Had practice, had some meetings, and then we had an opportunity to go visit SoFi Stadium and meet Terry Crews and Ernie Barnes' family. So it was an enjoyable trip. Friday, we kind of got locked in and went to practice, meetings, and got prepared for the game. Obviously, we didn't play nearly as well as I would like to have seen. In any phases, we talked about things that we needed to do to give ourselves a chance to win and be in the game, and we did not do that. You give up a touchdown first play of the game, then offensively we throw a pick and they run it back down to the 1, our first series offensively. So we put ourselves behind the 8 ball, and it was rough after that. But I thought our guys did compete a little bit better in the second half, and we talk about playing for 60 minutes, and I thought we did that, but. Not pleased at all with how we played. We had a lot of fans there. North Carolina Central was represented very well there, and I just wish we could have put on a better display of our brand of football. And I didn't do that, and our fans deserve more. So we'll work to get it corrected this week.
Thank you, Coach. Our first question's from Chris Clark. Go ahead, Chris.
I wanted to ask you about the health of the team, actually, as far as coming through the game. How is everybody? Any injuries to speak of first off?
We had a couple of guys that were out with injury. Manny Smith was out. Andrew Smith was out. Brandon Codrington was limited, and Pee Wee was limited as well. He was a game time decision. He got hurt the third play of the A&T game, finished out the game, but we were hoping that we would play him for a couple of series, we would get into a rhythm, and then go ahead and pull him. So we had already had intentions of playing Walker Harris, who we were very comfortable with, and but yeah, we're relatively healthy.
As far as back-to-back travel, again, seems like the older you get, the more it affects you. How worried, if you will, are you about making another trip out to the Midwest to play another squad and the team Mississippi Valley State coming up this week?
Not at all. Not at all. We got back early yesterday morning, about 6 a.m. The coaches came right into the office, and we went straight to work. Put that game behind us and then started working on Mississippi Valley, and we got out here a little earlier. The players were off yesterday, and they'll be in the building today with practice and meetings. But really, the flight, when you go fly charter, it's not that bad because you're not sitting in the airport all day long. And usually it's a little smoother than what it was this last weekend. But I think it might be a 2-hour flight, I believe. So I'm not worried about it at all. Our guys will be ready to roll this weekend.
Final question before I turn it over to somebody else here. Taking on a Mississippi Valley State team, obviously it's not UCLA, and they've had. How do you keep the team focused, if you will, to focus up to not let this game slip by and come under the radar, if you will?
We watched the film from Saturday's contest and how bad we played. It's always about us, and it's not. We always say it, and it sounds so cliche. It's not about the other team, but whether you're playing, a lower level Division II team like we have in the past, or we're playing up, it's about us and it's not about the other team. So we just have to get some stuff corrected on our end to be ready to take on Mississippi Valley. But I know our guys are excited. Last time we lined up against these guys, it didn't end well for us. We lost on the last play of the game. So our guys will definitely be locked in. I think they're in a good place. They know that we had a tough task last week, but now the playing field is going to be level, and we'll be ready to roll.
Our next question's from Byron Paris. Go ahead, Byron.
Hey, how you doing, Coach?
I'm well, Byron. How are you?
I'm doing good. I want to talk to you about two things. What did you take away from the UCLA game in total?
They're a very good football team, and like I said before, I don't think it's 23 teams, better than those guys, and they're well coached. Chip Kelly is a great person and a great coach, and he has a great staff, but. They that's a big football team, man. And they are a very extremely fast football team at every position.
Okay. And my second question is after a loss like that, what does it take for you, the coaches and the leaders in the locker room to get the team back on the road?
They're back, they're ready. I mean, we talked after the game, and like I say all the time, I'm not a big screamer and yeller and going there and kicking chairs and throwing chairs and stuff. We talked after the game about, we faced adversity, and this is when you have to stick together in all three phases: offense, defense, special teams. So we have a very close-knit group, and our team, our guys get along great. So they understand it hurt. And not because we lost the game. For me, it hurt because we didn't play well at all. I want to see us improve every week. And we don't watch the scoreboard or, up 40 or down 40. Let's play better than we did last quarter. Let's play better than we did last week. But I didn't see that in the first half, and that's what's so disheartening for me. But we're not going to harp on it. The guys will come in, we'll make corrections today, and we'll move on to Mississippi Valley.
All right, next question's from JB Ricks. Go ahead, JB.
Yeah, what's going on, Coach? I'll go ahead and sneak a question in here for you regarding the competition that you just faced in UCLA, them being big and strong and all that or whatever. And obviously they're playing on a higher level and a higher level of a division. Come back down to Mississippi Valley State. What can you take from the experience of playing up against a team like UCLA with all of their strength and speed and apply that against a team that's kind of like back on that even tier level?
Well, I think there's several things you can take away from it. One being you get to see, have opportunity to see what the best of the best is like. And, secondly, when you have guys that have aspirations to playing on that next level, the NFL scouts are looking at you the same way they're looking at the guys from UCLA. So if you want to be able to play on the next level, you've got to be able to, compete, and not just compete, but play well against these folks right here. So, it's a great test for our guys to see where they are individually, and obviously us as a team. I know we'll play better this week than we did last week, but we just got to sharpen up on some stuff. It's not all about the scheme. I think it's more so about technique and fundamentals.
Our next question is from Caleb Veal. Go ahead, Caleb.
Hey, Coach, I just wanted to touch on a few things, regarding with the play calling. You guys faced Chip Kelly, a former head coach in the NFL. Just how much of a learning experience do you think that was for the coaching staff as well as the defense?
Honestly, from what I saw, and people usually build their call sheet throughout the year. So every week you'll put a wrinkle in there for the next game. So every game offensively, more times than not, people are going to have a wrinkle that the other team has not seen. It being this early in the year, and obviously no knock to them because everything worked, but they were pretty basic, play calling wise. It was stuff that we had seen before. We just never seen anybody run it that fast.
Yeah, I have another question from Byron Paris. Go ahead, Byron.
Hey, Coach. I'm sorry to circle back for you, but can you tell me what was going on with the front seven, that rush defense? 5 people went over 60 yards and more.
We couldn't tackle. We couldn't get them down. You got guys there in the gaps, and our run fits for the most part were there, but where guys are having problems tackling, and we're going to get that corrected today at practice. As far as staying up and putting our chest on people and wrapping up, all this diving at people's knees and going low on stuff. I don't know where we're getting that from. So I will have my coaching hat on, my position coach hat on today, not the head coach hat, and we'll be out here working on tackling. We will get that corrected though.
All right. Got a follow-up from Chris Clark. Go ahead, Chris.
I wanted to ask you about what this does for not just the brand of NC Central, Coach, but taking the Eagles to the West Coast, now taking them to Indianapolis, how it gets the brand out and how it helps you for recruiting as well.
We did have a couple coaches, get to go out. We sent 6 coaches out on the road to various junior colleges and some other places to go recruiting. So we did get a chance to lay eyes on some prospects and do some recruiting while we were on the road. In Indy, it'll be the same thing. It'll be some stops that we make out there. So whenever we go out of town like that, whenever we have an opportunity, we do like to recruit. So it'll help get our brand out there nationally.
And to follow up one question, Mississippi Valley State there, just looking at them. And I know you said it's about, taking care of business on your end and making sure that all your I's are dotted, T's are crossed. But as far as who do you expect under center for this crew, and how tough is it to prepare for a team that has thrown 3 guys out the first 2 weeks to, okay success against their opponent?
Yeah, they played several quarterbacks. They have a receiver that I think that is really good. Number 13. He's very elusive. I don't have the names right now in front of me, but they have some talent over there at the skill positions. but we're gonna lock in on what we do. And it doesn't matter what quarterback they play, we're gonna be prepared. We will be prepared, and Mississippi Valley is gonna get our best. I guarantee you that.